No, yeah, a lot of my videos are private right now. So, all right, we are live on TikTok or on the Tube. And with that being said, obviously, yeah, you can see I'm trading a little bit of futures right now. Just looking to capture this pre-market volatility. Sorry I couldn't get on last night. I ended up painting. I was like, oh, let me just paint this front porch real quick. 2.5 hours later. Would 80 a month get me into the workshop Discord? I want to make money then buy the workshop. Yes, 80 would get you into the Discord. You fixed it, Ivy? Thank you so much. Thank you. Do you think Trump has something up his sleeve or he's just desperate? His future's only scalping? Not necessarily, no. I mean, it's more built for, yeah. Hold on, watch this bounce right here. Yes, if I'm living and breathing, I have QYLD. All right, let's go ahead and start going over the, and I'll keep my eye on RTY over here. So, and again, like I said yesterday, I didn't really think that what we saw that pump off of, it was a technical thing, but it wasn't necessarily a real thing. If you have swung the QQQ short, we are falling as we speak with just a very, very small floor or box floor that we held yesterday. So if this is lost, I have a target of 583.21. And the pulling from this level, right, looking over to my left, and we have basically on the 2 hour, right, that's where candles really hold. Yes, we could look at the 580s, that's pretty far away. But that 583 would be first through that empty space underneath us. Now, again, you're also going to have to look at the 24-hour on this. And as far as the open is concerned, we are below the floor. And falling is typically what you do. Now, you've already done some of that, and I will a lot of the times take this candle and split it in half. Magic. It's almost like magic. It's the same level, right? Basically 583, that's 50% retracement of the candle. So that's what you would be looking for today. That again puts you up against these wicks, the same wicks that you had over to your left. I think that's a pretty decent plan. Now, continuation, that's what I would be worried about as far as holding something for an extended amount of time, unless you have a good expiration. My point here. But here's the deal: the floor up above us is going to be right here at 587 on the hourly time frame, which is of course separated and controlled by this box. This is where price is driving down right now as we speak from that floor. So any sellers, again, if price gets recovered on that floor, the downside trade is over. I missed it. I could go on. See, I don't like that they feel you so high. You know what I mean? I don't want to be that high. Oh, well, look at that. Still getting to figure out these stop losses. Oh, that was hilarious. Um, it did just bounce off of that level. But anyway, we've got the QQQ 585 floor. That's where the pre-market floor that we're going to need to lose. We're sitting and hovering on that as we speak. I'd like to see a quick retest up and then a yank back down. So, good morning. How's it going, man? How's it going? All right. Now, for IWM, which of course I know a lot of you guys on Qs and IWM might have swung short, and from the open or close yesterday, we are falling. Now, the most obvious retest level for today, and I can't, it's just so, it's the 245s. All right, that's it. 245 flat floor. That is the 4 hour, or excuse me, the 24-hour floor. If we move and try to translate that down, right, it is 50% of the candle. Now, I would be okay with giving it just a little bit more at 244.75, but that would be the first target to the downside going into today. All right. Now, of course, like the Qs, it is also protected or has this large block built yesterday that we are currently below. So, of course, if you are bullish, right, that's where you would be bullish, is likely above that 247.60 area. So that's IWM. Last one is SPY. Ooh, good. SPY. And like the Qs, right, they're also unable to reclaim or grab anything. And therefore, we have been drawn back down and we are falling as well. Now, in terms of 24-hour levels, it was really and has always been these wicks right around the 650 level. Now you'll notice that that is literally right at that 50% mark as well. So we're looking at a 50% retracement from all candles today. On the hourly, however, there's a further down level if that does get surpassed at 648 that I think is tangible. Yeah, so when you have these big rips like that in pre-market, you're going to use these floors again. So 250, 150, we're looking for a loss of 250, 150, and then that 248 level to the downside. Today's Potter today's no day for short accounts. Not on the ETFs, unless you're, again, really low risk and really out of the money on a good setup. But I mean, other than that, insider trading suspected after $580 million oil bet lands 15 minutes before Trump's ceasefire post. Interval. Oh, dude, there's always somebody who knows something. I mean, there was fucking airline puts before a 9/11, so make it make sense. They're just trying to get rich, you know. Iran 59 seconds ago said that it fired a new wave of missiles at Israel. Trump spoke about the importance of keeping the Strait of Hormuz open. U.S. envoy to India. It's kind of interesting because they have spotted mines dotted along that strait. So yeah, it's only claims. Dude, hold on. Look at this. We can't believe what we're. Look, if you really look at this country, dude. I mean, yeah, dude, you really think that I mean, these are all massive mountains. Damn, look at that Garrett. Um, but not just landmass. I mean, it's obviously a large country, but to try to like, or to say that you have eliminated all forces, all anti-aircraft, all missile launchers, all of this, it just doesn't feel truthful to me. And right now in war, and this has always been our game since World War II, is we got to make it look good. They're not going to come back and say we're fail. When would we ever never actually. I can answer that. They're never going to get up on the newsstand until 30 years later and be like, yeah, that was a mistake. They're not going to tell us that something's going wrong. They're not going to tell us that, they're going to try to keep the numbers, losses hush hush as much as they can. You listen, and this isn't political at all. It's not political at all. It is literally just, if you are going to go to war, you have to try to make sure that your country supports it, right? To an extent. And they have to feed you good news. And if they don't have any, right? That's what I think is happening. That's my thoughts. Yeah, that's great. Iran/Persia has never been conquered. 5,000 years later, they're still running shit. That's pretty crazy. It's rich people doing rich people stuff, Rich people doing rich people stuff. There's that empty space on the 3-minute here. Nah, too late. Too late. Stop me out right there. Should go right up into there. 2,500. All right. Pot on top of move your market order button so don't get filled and blow the account. Wait, I have one? A market order fill? Oh, ha! Yeah, you're right. Oops. How'd that get there? How'd that get there? I don't think they're going to give me that retest. They might. All right. So all three ETFs, guys, were covered on these, and yes, we could anticipate not so straightforward trading conditions if the levels that I given out this morning are not surpassed, not broken, or we stay in between them. So please be safe. Obviously, this is a inside candle. All right, what like it or not, it is a inside candle. I don't think anything life changing necessarily could happen. I mean, I'm not going to say that because again, we're in Trump's market right now. But with that being said, levels need to break underneath us before we see that continuation to the downside. So, all right. Am I buying options pre-market? No, I'm not buying options. Now, the only day trade I have this morning is Tesla, right? And for me anyway, I'm going to be looking at both ways. I'm actually eager to take it down to 373, and of course, I would be really, really ecstatic if and again, I don't know if the market's going to allow this, but 390 empty space fill would be awesome. Big up, right? Or big down, big up, and a lot of the times chop can happen. So, I am keeping that in the back of my mind, but it would be really nice to see it break that overhead. Um, yeah, exactly. Iran charging some ships for safe passage through the Hormuz. Damn. Damn, they just turned to pirates. Yeah, futures. Gonna make a movie off of. They'll probably make a movie off of this. I didn't mean for that to happen. That was an accident. Happy accident? Yeah, if you guys have anything you want me to take a look at, go ahead and I'll just drag my stop down. There it is. All right. Yeah, exactly. All right. If you have anything you want me to take a look at, go ahead and drop the request right now. And again, please let me know which direction you are wanting it to go. Otherwise, I'm just going to tell you what I see. Meta, very similar to its ETF, right? Or to the Qs here this morning with a heavy box overhead. Stuck, again, same area that we rejected last time, same area that we're struggling to hold today. It does appear as I move down to the 30-minute that it looks like the $600.35 will be a area to watch for. Yes, this is all empty space, and I'll be honest with you, with that empty space, you're going to have to pay attention to the structure that you left behind because this is going to be useful. So you'll have a first day trading target of 598. Obviously, if the market's melting down overhead, that would be beneficial. Um, but I'd be looking at a 598.32 touchdown first, and then second target would be 596.19. Not bad. You know, there is 3 rejections overhead. This is going to be the box again that you haven't lost yet, but that's protection from that upside, or a stop loss if you're taking it short. So that right there is the answer to all your Lulu prayers. You need a candle close on the 4 hour at 166. You need a candle close at 166.74 on the 2 hour, on the hourly, on the 30 minute, and on the 15 minute goes a little higher, up to 167.35. But the level overhead is clear. Now I will mention, I think it's worth mentioning that below 161.27, you will have a pullback into this 158.35. So yeah, tap your screen if you guys are on TikTok. If we get to 50K likes, I'll stay on live today. I was planning on just trading in the Discord today, so. He said, I'm tapping. Uh, I've been calling this thing Mondongo for fucking years. I don't think I'm gonna stop. I know that's not what it's called. Great box. Absolutely picture perfect. This has everything, right? Yes, the downside. Honestly, that's fucking crisp. That's crispy. You bounce off of the empty space. You pull yourself back up above 255, 254, and now you're building a perfectly. I mean, this is perfect, right? Tap 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 tap. So this is where life gets so simple, and this is why I focus on structural boxes, because it makes my life more simple, and I'm okay with that. He said, "Let me get my massage gun." That's crazy. 278.50 is that break overhead with a first target right at 292.50. Coco, what's up? Come here. Oh my god, poor doggy. What the hell? Because it contains low visual quality or static imagery. This is in line with TikTok. What the fuck are you talking about? Static imagery? Little puppy. What's up? You smell those dogs out there? Looks like we're gonna hit my target at 24. Yeah, right there at 24.88. Oh no, I'm down $39.60. This should be fun. Static as in still image. I'm not hold. I'm literally moving my screen all around. Do you have brothers? I do have a brother, or well, I have a stepbrother and I have a real brother, but I haven't. I actually just saw where he's at like a couple of days ago. He's an army recruit or an Air Force recruiter going to high schools and stuff. Made that shift right before this conflict. Thought that was kind of interesting. Costs down. I can't believe him. I wouldn't want to do that either. Ooh, Costco. Well, the wick is going to be one of the most obvious bounce levels that's above you. And again, bounce doesn't necessarily mean reversal. There is a great deal of empty space. And one thing that I've noticed about Costco is once it picks a direction, You know, it may not be the prettiest thing, but it moves, and it is definitely empty space that sponsors those sort of movements. So it looks good in terms of if you're bearish on this one. It is staying below that 270, 132 floor, and as long as that is the case, I would assume bear continuation. Costco has the best berries. Your brother got inside info. I can't. I don't think he's on TikTok. I know he knows about me. I know my mom knows about me too because I saw a screen name 3 weeks ago that looked like her name. I'm pretty sure it had to have been her, but they be spying on me. Costco, I guess, sells a half a cow now. I mean, people are gonna have to fucking be buying half a cows at this point. Fed hike remains unlikely, Wolf says, despite markets pricing in about 30% odds of a rate increase in October. Wolf Research argues that the Fed isn't still likely to hike. Okay, that's whatever. I don't care. The fucking dude, the toll for Iran, that's actually wild. So they're charging some commercial vessels up to 2 million per transit through the Strait of Hormuz, signaling tighter control over the key energy route. Payments are ad hoc and irregular, with details on courtesy process unclear. Anyone prepping food, water, and goods? Uh, Giant glass jugs of water. Also, I'm not gonna lie. I bought some of those straws that filter water just in case, and ammunition. All right, might better be Manish. Stocking up on Natty Ice. There you go. Toilet paper. That's pretty interesting. All right, guys, we got about 25 minutes here. Trump will protect you. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. My ears feel weird. All right, Sizzle. Eventually, right? Eventually, and I can see what you're looking at, Magic Maniac. Um, I will say weekly, not bad, right? Structure that you're building, also good. Empty space up above, check. Obviously, the last check mark here is to grab something and move through it, and I think that's got to be that 7850. 7850 is that previous resistance overhead as well. So, did you get them pierced before? My ears have been pierced for uh, a decade or something. I scarred them on accident trying to gauge my ears when I was a kid. Not on accident. Let me not lie. I did that shit. I didn't do it on purpose, but I did. All right. Yeah, these are real. These are real diamonds. They're ethical diamonds, though. I went over hood this morning. It's 73. Yeah, I got the paperwork. I actually have the paperwork on these right here. All right, let's see here. So hood this morning is sitting on that wick. That's going to be probably that and then 7150 would be 7150 is where I see a fall. I see a drop. Um, but if you're looking at hood to the upside, start with 7350. Ooh, wee. Hot diggity dog. Oh, you just bound. Look at that. That was my previous TP. There's a good little punch back there on the 2 minute that could end up happening on a recovery of that floor. Good bounce though. It'd be kind of sick to hit 2487. Yeah, I'm gonna need that. My boy pulled out the paperwork. I don't wear a lot of jewelry. I'm not a big jewelry guy, but I like I like these. So, ugh. Oh no shit. So who hit car? Magic, did you hit this one? Somebody asked me about this one the other day, and we talked about how much the consolidation was looking great and the empty space was looking great. So, this is just another example of focusing on shit that makes sense. That makes sense. And in this market, you wouldn't think. Look at the market falling, and look at car sitting up. So astonishing. It is sitting on the floor of that first leg down, that candle there. So we're gonna look at the 4 hour. We're gonna look at the 2 hour. That's just it, dude. That's literally it. That what you're hitting right now. The tough thing is it's gonna be tough to find a floor. No, it's not. I figured it out. 104.97 would be that retest level underneath us. Damn. All right. TikTok. Damn, y'all went crazy on the screen tapping. Okay. All right. All right. Yo, by the way, IWM friends, we're moving down. If you swung a little putskis, we're about to slam into something right now. Hold on. Hold on. I did notice that I kind of prefer my charts. I don't really. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. Bang bang. What a bounce. Nice. All right. There you go, buddy. Tesla. It looks good. You said what? That's our local Tesla enthusiast inside of the Discord. Please welcome Astro. He even has his own catchphrases. Hey, that's not cool. You know what? That's not cool. What you just did there. Is that not the funniest shit in the world? I gotta stop with my levels, dude. That's it. I'm cooked now. There it is. 2490 is actually the level up there. I'm just having fun. All right. Trying to double 5K. What's my best suggestion? Find a 24-hour setup with clear empty space on either side. And pick out of the money contracts with good 2-3 weeks of expiration, with around $30 to $50 contracts, and pick a good stop loss. Yeah, there you go. He's bottom ticking. Yeah, I'm fucking around right now. I'm fairly certain it's going to go right back up here. It's tough, and one thing I've learned about futures is you got to be really careful about where you get it. You have to be pinpoint. So if I wanted to take a rejection, I would probably, line that order up to fill here, and then like stop loss real tight right there, again, empty space. So it's been fun. It's cool seeing my strategy work out in real time. on the lowest of time frames. So it's neat. Just breaking off the rust though. So all right, let's keep taking a look here. Car. Yeah, we did that one. So good job on that. Looks good. Hand W looks bad. And you're looking down, so that looks good. All right, so that was your chance, right? And you failed. That was your empty space, and you filled it. What is holding you up now? Clearly, there's some sort of channel at play here as well. So we're going to sister that in. That's going to be an obvious first target here. There you go. If you're an RTY, boom, TP. Disgusting. I Yeah, I can take a look at those. I'd say 157 is the obvious first answer here. Now, the issue, and you're going to need to be obviously on these lower time frames, is you need to find a floor, right? And that's the one thing that sucks about this is it's not super duper clear as to where those floors are. I can definitely see where your overhead resistances are, but as far as floors, that's not remarkably clear. So I would say A here, and that's where you're moving down to is 162.40, and then your pre-market low. So, what's up, Manny? Riot with an inside day, opening up inside previous day's candle, up against cost basis, and we've seen a lot of rejections coming off of these. So I would say this today: hold your floor, and yeah, break over 1460. Plain and simple. Not a lot of, I mean, there's empty space up to 1650, but man, you need crypto to fly. And then if you're looking at the other side of the trade, um, yeah, I would say 1397 on that one is where you look for a new low at 1371. Um, RTY could be trying to punch back here through a 2-minute box. It's going to try to grab hold of that floor. This is where you got to be careful on that entry because you want to make sure that the floor is secured. And it's interesting too because your overhead resistance is actually a little bit higher inside, like the one that you dropped underneath. It's actually right there. So I find that kind of interesting. Also, I'm sure those of you on TikTok or those of you who trade futures are well aware of this, but if you ever go long and you see a big ass gap like that, um, it's going to get filled. And I've used that to my advantage. I've actually placed orders on the gaps to fill, and it will wick down, bounce, and then pop. It's pretty wicked. All right, now moving on. I don't need help. What about QQQ? Did we already get pretty close? Relatively close. 583.73. Again, that's not quite there. I still see another potential leg down. Yeah, so it still stands at 582.92. Or 583 basically is going to be target one. But utilizing this channel, which does exhibit some sweet control, I'd say 582.55 is a potential bounce level here. So what's a good 24-hour setup look like? Like this. Empty space, consolidation, retest, consolidation. Now, I'll be honest with you, that one's obviously hard to take because you don't necessarily get confirmation, but you do get a great deal of accumulation without losing anything. And one thing that I look for entries is these wicks. I talked about that in class, is when price pulls itself down and then pulls itself back up to close on a floor that is positive. So, but yeah, empty space. Damn, 60K likes. All right, you guys win. Yo, it's already hot in here. What are we doing? Anakin, you're a fucking dude. What is wrong with this cat? Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you good. Um, I mean, not a bad strike price. But it is absolute that 127.84.85 will be a area to look for a reversal back up. Um, okay, you got two off the bottom at 121.50. Yeah, I expected to fill the empty space. Yo, what is going on? I keep getting banned. I just got banned again. Reason, harassment, and bullying. Who did I bully? Was I mean to RTY? You know what? Sometimes, you know what my toxic trait is when that shit happens, I want to do it more. Like I just, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Then I'll just say everything I wanted to say right now. You said it's hot in here. You have haters that report you. Yes, I know. Sorry, RTY. Probably Anakin, maybe. Oh, you know what? It might have been. He is, dude. Though my big fat old cat is sitting in the desk bed. It hangs off my desk, and he comes up and he stands up on his back legs, and he puts his paws on the edge. He's standing up like as tall as he can, and peeking at Rogue, and then he just slaps her in the face. I was like, "Yo, what? There's no wonder nobody likes you." Cat reported me. Yeah, right. The day gone. Well, for those of you guys in IWM, what strike prices do you guys have for your shorts this morning? I know some of you guys, whoever swung. Well, you are on the money. We were on the money with that. Yeah, if you got 245s, yeah, think you said what on the cues? 581s. Oof. All right. 582.55 is going to be a golden egg for you, Poppy. 240s. Okay, 244. All right. So those of you in longer out expirations, you have to start selling, right, into strength when targets are getting hit. Obviously, having farther out of the money contracts meant you spent less, so there is some incentive to try to let it go, let those runners go to target. Voss has 7 more viewers than you. Oh man, what am I ever gonna do? Yeah. And dude, he actually has blocked me on every single social media app. Period. I'm talking about I've never interacted with him on IG, blocked. Twitter, blocked. I was like, damn. I don't know why the dudes have to. You asked who about me? Oh. What did he say? He probably said I'm a. Yeah, they wanted to collab with me back when I had my old profile, and it was the other way around. That's when they had the ghost as their logo. I don't know if they still have the like little phantom as their logo, but yeah, that was way back. Even Champ talks about Potter. Potter is famous. Who the fuck is Champ? Is that redheaded kid? Something about him seems fishy. I don't know what it is. Maybe it was the $40,000 P&L that he had on his fucking page, all cropped and weird and shit. Who am I? Who am I? Just a guy. Just a guy. All right, walk away. Oh, okay. I was gonna do this later, but that's probably one of my favorite things about this app or trading like this is that you can set a stop loss and you can see risk to reward. Oh shit, Potter with the ice. I'm a little icy this morning, dude. I'd show you my wrist, but I don't want to blind you. No, I'm just kidding. uh, all right. All right, it is 9:23. Yeah, I'm not really. This is first. I've done futures one previous time before, and it was a blast. But it threw me, it threw me for a loop. This is. I'm gonna fund my own account, and before I do that, I want to obviously make sure. Got I utilize this strategy for primarily swing trading, so it makes sense to me to try to make sure that I have the rust broken off. Um, but yeah. Hey, if you could not knock my shit down, cats. Yeah, okay. He knocked my shit down and just casually leave my room. That's cool. Oh no. All right. It is 9:24. Everybody get ready. Am I going to swing my personal futures account? Probably just day trade when I see the opportunity. Uh, I'll give him a treat. Yeah, I'll give him a treat. All right, 1 second, everybody. Coffee. Are my 240 puts that expire today cooked at open? No. Now the first reversal that happens, yeah. Did I get stopped out? Yeah, I did. Wait, did I win? Oh, I won. Look at that. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. Right? That's what streamers say. Hey, 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 calm down. Calm down. It's a damn good stop loss, though. Sheesh. Up. 1, 2, 3. Buckle my sheet. Yeah. All right, we got a couple minutes here. Get ready to start trimming. If you guys have anything, get what you want, risk off the table so that we can, if we see continuation, which obviously there is a case to be made for that continuation on both IWM and RTY. I'm going to be keeping my eyes peeled on Tesla. I think it might move too fast though for Puppy. Do you update your Potterbox videos on YouTube? I'm working on it, guys. I promise. I've been busy. It's my daughter's birthday this Saturday, so you know it's like a quinceanera or something like that. What? Did I lose? Oh, I got stopped out. That was a good shot, though. Good 3 taps off the floor. That punch back to the upside, though. Ooh, that looks like it's pointing to the upside here. It's time to make computer speech as a Cassia. No. Let's make a little money on the video this morning. I will pass on the video, but I wish you well. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, oops. Ha, little premature ding there. Sorry. I got a little excited. Orders just got slapped in, so careful here. All right. Ugh, gross. What? All right, 244 hit on the dot for IWM. Absolutely off the dot. So watch out for these 2 2-minute boxes directly up ahead of you. Price needs to surge below this. Tesla saw an immediate bounce off of that floor, which does give us a possible the ability to enter here. Excuse me. How do I formulate my watch list? I my setup or nothing. If I don't understand it, I don't trade it. Beautiful cost basis rejection on QQQ, new low on IWM. This is where obviously I'm not gonna lie to you. I was expecting a little bit more, but that's okay. Watch QQQ to shoot up into this empty space right here. Might grab it long on IWM if it doesn't. 19 seconds. You said nibble on ASTS? I love the consolidation on that one. Really clean. Jesus Christ. Multitasking right now, guys. Dude, Tesla's moving too fast for me. You guys see how I have my stop loss aligned with the floor? Because if the floor is lost, the trade is over. That's juicy right there. Trim a little bit off of that one. Looking at the Qs reversing. No, as long as you have a plan, it's not a bad thing at all. You traded that 1 5-minute candle on NVIDIA. That's not worth it for me. I trade a little differently. I want to kind of hold it throughout the day, like a lover, you know. I think I'll drag my stop loss up a little bit right here to break you. You know what? No, we can kind of keep that right about there. I know that's a retest level. This should be right about cost basis. I'm going to set one, I think, to sell right here. Trim that off. I don't understand how people get such nasty, like, wick out. Oh, that's disgusting. Wait, no, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. It filled both of them? Get back in there, you dork. All right, I'm done. I gotta focus on this one. I'm in IWM too. Holy shit. Yeah, disappointing contracts. Can't lie to you. Good trade right there on IWM. It's got more empty space up there, but look at that. Mmm, so tasty. Box to box, y'all. Look at that. Very good. All right, IWM and Q's pulled back immediately, so keep your eyes peeled on this 2-minute box over here to your left. Fucking headphones are hurting my ears, dude. What's going on? Again, zoom out. The only target that I see right now off of this retest, which is exactly what we just saw, right? Basically a retest. Tesla is pushing back up real quick around that 384.30. That is technically an area to look for a break over to 385 and 387.40. But with the Qs, I think we settled on 582.11 as a potential target there on the 30 minute. Yeah, 30 minute, and then you have 582.88. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken as well, yeah, we're fighting over that 50% mark, literally. So it's good stuff. IWM coming right back down as well with this 2-minute, dropping back down into the box. Beautiful target. Nice little scalp there. So if I was a seller, right, I would want to, if I was getting into that, I would use the top of that box. Now we're a little too far from that for me to take it. I'm using my phone today. Phone and computer. Do you trust a higher time frame floor than lower time frame? I trust a higher frame floor, period, end of story. You're done. The only I have empty space at 2516 or on IWM there's a pocket right here at 248.19, but that would be through this basically pre-market box, and this is unusual, but it is real. Good stuff. Yeah, Tesla is moving quickly here. I have a 390, 389, 60 target, but it has to go clear that 385.23. It's a 24-hour level, so. Uh-oh. Yeah, 582.89 if that thing breaks down. Nice, Tesla. That one came right off the floor. Second bounce on the floor. Keys are really, really struggling right now at this floor right now. I'm going to check out a channel here, see if we got any. Yeah, nothing there. Okay, decent candles closing here on QQQ. Looking for that next new low. We're looking at the wick right here. And obviously the candle needs to close in 17 seconds below this 583.94. Not bad. Oh, you must be a scalper, dude. Nice. Nice open below the wick. Zoom out. Where are we? All I have is that, and all I have is this. 582.90. There. Watch out. This candle's gonna flip just for a second. And before I could finish that sentence, it already did that. Yeah. Did you just show up? Or you just pulling up right now? Uh-huh. All good. All good. I just was curious. Yes, that actually the floor at 586 was the 50% mark. Now, if you're looking at the 50% mark of what's left, that's actually the 25% mark. Yes, that is a tangible level at 581.50. Not bad, guys. I probably could have held that, but cool. How much money am I allowed to make on this, or what do I have to make? Is it? Can somebody help me remember? I'm not a prop firm guy, so I can't make. I need to make $1,000 a day. Is that the goal? Saudi crown print. What'd you say? I just bought the basic one, the $50 one. Just trying it out. Okay. All right, good to know. So just FYI, 582. That was the second target. Sorry, I didn't have it marked out. Perfect. So if you are scalping this morning, that was a pretty solid ass level there for you guys to. And again, when you bounce, right, you need to recover something. We just wicked off the wick, so this can't. These buyers need to step up, or there could be. Let's go down here to the 45-second. I know, crazy, but I'm gonna do it. Let's see, 30-second. Nope, nothing there. Okay, so we're just gonna leave it as is. I'm up $900 today on the 50K funded account, but if I pass it, I'll obviously trade it, but I'm gonna fund my own account. This is just me. Real quick, Astro, because I'm pretty sure the only one in Tesla. Uh, three 382.63, man, is a stop loss for me. Because I know, and it's again up to you, but I see a 382 retest down there, so just keep that in mind. Okay. Okay. So I don't like this, right? Where we're at. Yes, yeah, not bad. So this is our current ordeal, and I hate the color of these boxes. You're racist. Let's see here. Yellow? Nope. Red. I don't know. Green? Yeah. What is this? Thank you, baby. You okay? You want anything? Do you need anything? Chicken delight. What the fuck? Yeah, this is when you get all locked in, right? So I'd love to see continuation of the downside. I see sellers holding it. And the Q, this one actually lagged against the Qs dumping to a new low. So we'll see. But if I'm not mistaken, right, this translates to IWM. Yeah. Yes. Off the fucking floor. God damn it. Look at that. Off the floor. Perfect money. 24-hour tops and bottoms. So good. So juicy. So sweet. That's a good play right there. Up to 584.19. See here. I'll take a look at AST. No, it's creating a little tiny box. And I don't see enough, so I would leave it like this almost. We need to get a candle close. And more than likely it's going to happen pretty quickly, so. This market will rally midday. Like it's rallying right now. Tesla up at the highs. Beautiful. Now look to your left on Tesla's 5-minute. Beautiful setup right there. The Q's fire. Go out here. Yeah. Go right here. Look to your left. Check this out. Range 50%. Empty space 386.31. Keep your eyes peeled on that. Do it for the competition of it. Are Door Dashers known for stealing? No, they're not. Wait, stealing your shit or stealing your food? Trust me, I'm a DoorDash expert. Your groceries, just report it not there. And if they charged it to your card and it's not in your bag, raise hell, dude. Raise hell. I had them take my pizza. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know why I did that. If I had, if it was my last day. By the way, that was a perfect fucking. Look at that shit, dude. Look at that guy. Look at my levels. Look at my levels. Yeah, I've never had that problem either. But I mean, I've had stuff not get delivered. Yo, what the fuck was that, Zebo? What kind of P&L was that, dude? Was that the open and you held your contracts and they went right back to what they were worth that you swung? Oh, that's the 1 month. Damn, son, you were a one hit wonder. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. No, no, sir. A floor is getting lost here, so watch that pull back down to the 381 if it can't hold. Damn, my level was fire there. Tempted to try short here. 1, 2, 3, new low. Yeah, I could see it. With a target of 287 right there. And a stop loss, which is probably about to get hit because I shouldn't have taken that disc down. I don't have a good stop loss. Let's see. Okay, now I can drag it down a little bit. We'll keep it on that wick. That's going to be tough to flush through right there. Because I'm scalping. I know that. Damn it. Did you just wick? Don't you dare. Yeah. That's all right. Low risk. That's one of my favorite things about that. What am I trading on? Just trading on, well, I'm looking at some options right now. Tesla's probably done with that wick on the 5. I'm not really liking that at all. Let's go ahead and pull the shoot. Yeah, you know what? Let me see here. 3 minute. Let me see. 2 minute. 1 minute. Yeah, no. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. I'm out. If you're in longer expirations, do what you got to do. But I can get back in here and here at 383.84. Are these new earrings? No, I've had them for a while. Shiny. Yeah, I bailed off of Tesla. I already can tell that one's gonna possibly keep moving. What program allows you to set stops like that? Oh, this is a funded. I mean, I love that shit too, dude. I know you could. Some brokerages have it, but yeah, watch out here. Might try that one more time. I got to get off the lower time frame. You said foot hood? Why am I not getting an alert on that? I had an alert set on Hood. You said what? 576? Maybe. It looks like let's see here. Oh, dude. I'm gonna be 1,000. I don't know if we're gonna be able to. I think our day probably ends until the end of the day. I think right here at five. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be fucking wrong, but I think 581.60 is gonna be tough to get below. Yeah. Uh, Hood is falling hardly. Yeah, but Hood has an inside candle on the 24 hour. And while there is another, there's $70.30 right there. That is lost, and yeah, we could see it. Thank a dip. Oh my God. On what? 50 right here. I mean, yeah, so we've seen almost a quarter. Yeah, we've seen almost a quarter. I mean, dude, it's gonna take one hell of a fucking pop to get us to reverse and get back up in that channel. But one thing I did wasn't there is empty space on the queues up to 593. Obviously, that's not something that I'm registering until, we start actually recovering floors. So you said ASTS to 87. Oh, there you go. Nice drop of the floor. I see 84 flat. You got a wick and a floor that you're sitting at right now as we speak, which can serve as a bounce level. But the next one is 84 flat. IWM is bunched up right now. I'm not going to take another futures trade on IWM until I get definitive direction. And this is not it. I tried it. Would you say CRM is what? At a key level? Damn. So we got a lot of stocks fucking. Yo, did we talked about this, right? Yeah, we did. That could be what allows this one to go up. Now, I see. I think that, ugh, gross. Disgusting. It, it is not incredibly clear. Let me just make that clear. It's not clear. Clear eyes. That would be your old cost basis. So I would say 183 is your floor here. Um, the Qs, I'm kind of staying away right now. We've already kind of hit some levels here. It is 9:50. Let's see if 10 o'clock brings anything, but I want it to do all the retesting that it needs to do. I see still that the sell side, if you look at what buyers are trying to do right now, they suck. You know what I mean? Like they can't get shit. If you look at to answer your question on CRM, yes, this can be a retest level. However, I do see 183 if no response comes out of this. So let's look at the keys really quickly. And this is where I get into like actually kind of problem solving here. And this is beautiful in some ways because I love when you build a good box like that. And then again, identify the floor above. That's their floor above. This is mostly filled with empty space, and I typically like to encapsulate those ranges because you'll find that that 50% mark is shrouded in volume, which is 585. And again, no empty space in any of this. So as a seller, right, we would want price to keep wicking up in here and then get sucked back in. Yeah, I just started this thing. Yeah, I just started it. I'm up 730 bucks right now. What does this do? What's link? I don't know what that is. I like the IWM 3 minute right now, but I need more. I don't want to get caught. See, that 5 minute is extremely convincing. No, is that plummeting? Oh, damn, you're inside too. Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. I did not, though. What firm on eval you can make whatever you want? I'm not the guy to ask about that stuff. I have no idea, my boy. Walmart. That looks good. To Jen. That looks good. I like the target of 125. Is anything moving fast? Is Elf's down today. Oof. John, did you get out of that one, bro? Or are you still in? Still no Elf for me. IWM is curling up still. This is going to be tougher for IWM to lose. You know, QQQ and SPY, I think, being where they were, that could make a whole lot of sense. There's your floor. Sunrun. Eh, it's not bad. Are we going to get a crazy reversal? I want to be on the continuation side of the market. So it's important for me to obviously not be trying to be impulsive in these areas and just wait for something to get broken. The Qs, however, they're curling up pretty nicely. We do not have a candle close at 150, or we have a minute 50 left. This is the box that you punch down through. And again, this would be a pivotal level to recover at 585.24. Otherwise, this is all for just retests. You could consider this to be not so much a box, but still a signal to potentially go to the downside at 582.89. I don't have any empty space to the upside unless I'm trying to take some crazy jackass rip all the way up to 25.15, which you could, debate on the validity of that channel, which again, I'm not a big channel. I don't like these like that, but I'm not forcing the trade off the channel, but it does look like IWM could at minimum retest 2,500. See, Q's retested in building, so no short yet. Obviously, this means buyers are on the control side at the very second. That can change, but I would obviously be careful here. So the Q's here on the that would be a previous resistance, yeah. Yeah. 586, 580, 580. Rents are dropping across the country. Yeah, right. Potter, I lost 9K in 2 weeks, which was 3.5K was my money and the rest was profit. I don't know how to feel. I mean, I feel like you should have taken some of that money off the table, man. It's a lot, to make off of 3K. Let's turn it to decay. Is futures better than options because of no theta decay? Um, I think that is a edge, yes. You also have, you know, the movement on these contracts, can be quite astounding. Like you buy one right there and this one reverses, and goes back down here, that's $95. Or oops. Oh, come on, hit it. So I mean there is, I think that looking at categorizing them, options provide a greater way to capture overnight movement, or just empty space specific. And this is for shorter expiration contracts. If you're buying contracts that are 25 days out and you're looking at a bigger play, no, I don't think that futures are going to allow for you to capture that. So they're not, you know. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Futures are tougher to trade because yeah. I mean it's fast. It's fun, but it's fast. All right, that's some good failure right there. Futures are not good for swings. No. I mean you can just cost a fucking a lot. Yeah, micros are okay though. I'd just rather wait for a better setup, you know what I mean, or a cleaner. Continuation is always easier to trade, but also just I've learned, I mean, patience on this is still just as important as patience on, a lower time or a higher time frame. IWM doesn't look as great. Um, I mean, it's good hold, but some part of me feels like they're gonna try to fucking throw some news at us. H1B were wait, what? H1B workers face $100,000 fee or deportation after layoff? What the fuck? Nice. So that's empty space directly up above you. You just filled up. Nice fit. Appreciate you, man. Sauced up, as the kids say. So real quick before I go, uh, although the price action is kind of fun, or moving, with IWM, you know, you could take it with all this structure overhead, guys. Not for me. I mean, there again, there's pockets, and potentially you can hold through some of these things. If you punch through this box right here, you know, feel free to try to explore that. But I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of this to the upside. We got less than 2 months, G. 2 months. Oh, uh, I like quiet birthdays, man. Good fucking God. That shit fucking fell through the roof. Damn. So how do I mean, you did end the empty space. So I mean, like, and ran into structure. So like your next leg down will happen through here, which is going to take time. So I could, I could foresee at work, you know, a retest back up to 156 or 156.44. Hey, you're welcome, brother. What? Oh, look, that's Jorge, dude. Jorge fell asleep with his mic on, dude, or with his camera on, man. That's crazy. Hey. Oh, Lord have mercy. This future shit is fucking too much fun. It was wild yesterday, y'all. I got into it. Shit. Uh, too deep. It can happen to anybody. That's the reason I know. But I was down on like the 15 second, like doing like five contracts at a time. It was fun though, because it's like everything is lightning fast. See a short back down into there. No bounce here yet, Poppy. On PLTR, it looks like you got more. 153.44. Mm-hmm. What else? What is there? What else is falling? Everything, and mostly everything. Neo popped itself up. Tesla's still holding. Yeah, it just went right back up to the same mark. It needs to hold 384.60 or it's going to rinse and repeat. Well, index is rising while everything else fades. Typically, like there's a yin and a yang, like one's going to drag the other. And I would lean on individual equities. You said Rocket Labs is falling. How hard? Uh, I like that one for that $57 short, but the contracts just don't make sense. like you'd have to gamble on it because anything like if you go 9 days out, and what was, and that's really not enough time, but I guess the spreads have tightened a little bit, but it's still a little shitty on that one. I'm liking that. I like that even more on IWM. If you look at the 15-minute candle on IWM, look, all that for a drop of blood. Potter, if you're going to trade futures on prop firm, have very tight discipline. Oh, I know, bro. The cool thing about it, man, is like if I decide to get into a trade, right? Everything that like I teach you guys is about structure and shit like that. Like I'm looking for an example right now as we speak, but like for example, if I, wanted to go short, it would be against structure, and my stop loss would more than likely be cost basis if there's a 50% mark. So, I could set a sell order there and then have a stop loss here. So the cool thing is you can set that all in place. I know you guys know this, but you can set it all up in advance. So like there was like a couple times this morning where I clicked off my screen, but I'm only attributing things that make sense to me, obviously. He said Jorge after a long night. Damn, that boy's milked out, dude. He is milked, dude. Look at him. Milk drunk. Coin down. See, Coin's done that whole like it's filled up. That's what I'm actually noticing is a lot of individual equities are filling up all of their empty space, while the ETFs are not. And so if the ETFs cannot listen, you got to fucking move. All this seems like play, and that's why I'm kind of waiting here. It could work, right? They could get to moving, but you need good momentum to drive price up here. And just leave that alone. It's not clean structure here either. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Pre-market cost basis. 3 minutes left in that candle. Was that you as AI on your latest TikTok? Were you talking about that knock the F out? No. No, that's some girl did that. Cap cut. That's Lady Elaine Fairchild. Yeah. Somebody dipped the market in molasses, y'all. Oh, ah, I'm tempted. Just wish you could get better fills. Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I've been market buying, I'm not gonna lie. It's not a good look. Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out. Revert. So you can reverse your position? Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm literally still learning how to use the platform. Position bracket? What is that? Ah, got it. All right. PLTR. Is it bouncing yet? Nice. Okay, so it hit that 153. Bam, damn, damn. Okay. Yeah, so now it would be 154.13 to start potential recovery, and then ultimately that's so yucky. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna say 154.81. PayPal overnight short working so far. Made it free this morning. Good job, Burge. Okay, the floor is going to be your biggest issue, obviously. Looks like 44.20. If they can flip this candle green on IWM, that would shift the tides here. IWM floor is made out of iron. That is true. Yes. It is a 24-hour floor though, so remember that. That is also why it's so fucking tough to break. This is a in-range candle. Period. End of story. So like with options, I'm a little bit more hesitant unless you're looking at individual equities like Tesla, right, which is offered a retest off of that reentry that I gave, 383.85, and of course has a extremely clear 386.727 leading into empty space. IWM starting to compress a little bit more. I think this gets you up to 247.63 if we can push here. This is an important area for price to push. Okay, so that is real. Tesla puts? I mean, I would love Tesla puts, but oh yeah, you do join the bid. Look at that. Interesting. Add to that one. Price retreating off of that. Say I need them. Not quite yet. There's a lot of empty space back up above you. And when you have something like that, man, I can't go short unless I start seeing important levels reclaimed back down. And we're far away from that. So Microsoft short was the play. Oh my God, dude. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't have traded that. I'm gonna be honest with you, just because I mean the empty space is okay, but I don't. I'm not a big Microsoft contract fan. Saudi Crown Prince urged President Trump to continue the war against Iran, destroy the Iranian regime. I love how much Dubai has lost its appeal. That's one of my favorite things to have happen. Those that could. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Damn, Celsius is about to fucking pop that can open. Everything is struggling or falling, and the only thing that isn't is our ETFs. Crocs looks like it's about to go up though. Coin is going for the gap right now as we speak. Not chasing that one. I'm going to stick to the plays that I'm looking at right now. Tesla's just going to be so hard to get that motherfucker back down until it loses the wick. Yeah, it was. Seeing price starting to break. Another retest on the IWM RTY 2500 mark. Price just opened up outside. I'm just watching IWM right now. Nice. God, that's so fucking fast. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we're moving into like literally a pre-market box, and I have 247 or 2506 on IWM. Tesla's curling up for the third time. Listen, I know you guys want it up. I do. That's fine. 386.20 is where we need to go for that break. But I do think it is important that you hold on to 383.26 with the empty space underneath you. It's pretty important that you keep it moving. Have a great day, dude. Lemonade runners. I do not, but Peyton does. I think I sold them though yesterday. What was that? Wait, what was that? Oh. Ooh. Unable to hold the floor. Now you see how hard you worked for all that? Can't afford to lose it. Is UPS good to get back in? I'm not gonna take it yet, man. I'm not gonna take it yet. Great candle, but I'd at least need 98.46 to be recovered. So ALB, that's not bad. Everybody, that's a good setup. Hourly setup shot up to 177, 24-hour time frame. Looks like it's mid punchback. Mm. You said Willie? Oh, it's not what I heard. Yeah, it does. It doesn't look bad. Obviously, mind your wicks. And there's a lot of yeah. That's crazy. You know what, dude? If you look at it this way, that right there is, I mean, just take it up to the top. So that it looks fucking great, actually. I mean, for what this stock is. So I would say right now you have a first target set in stone, 176.50 with a gap fill of 178. And if you can get a good solid close outside of that, I would aim for 195. Peter, that's a good setup, man. Peter. I knew a dude named Peter Johnson. Rough. Terrible time in school. And you could tell he's one of those kids who's just like, he would have thrived if he had a different name. Been a fan since 2021. Oh, man, thanks, dude. Thanks for following. Yo, the Nut House just joined. Please don't come back to get me. Are we about to explode? What do you want to do? Hey, Astro, you know what I'm going to say right now, right? Astro, you can't ignore me. Mind your your Teslers. All right, that's 3 rejections off the top. Underneath this wick here, I suppose I would be looking for a drop here, and that would be kind of your last shot to hold. What do you see on this bad boy? Are you in? If it, yeah, yeah, it looks like it could go out yonder. Is that a turn signal I hear? Or is that my music? I think that's my music. Damn, shit tricked me. I know the ghost of Steve, dude. FYI, Trump speaks at 1:32. Roger. All right, IWM, you're doing all this squirming for what? It does not look bad. $80 flat. I think it's important that you're over 79.55, but it is $80 flat. And personally, I mean, good expiration. I'm aiming for 82.50 here, which is just going to be the middle of a range that you broke through. Hey, 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 calm down. What's up? Um, so yes, I do. No, I definitely pay attention to that because where you build, and if you build on a floor, kind of like this, or I don't know if you were around for that Tesla example that I went over in the Discord or in the workshop, but when I see accumulation, especially after you have filled up, loose ends or empty space or cost basis, and you build, that can set up, well, let me first touch on the selling thing. Yes, those rejections, right? You build so much. Yeah, you build so much just to really get pushed right back down again. And this is exhausting for buyers, right? Now, you can use this to your advantage if you can maintain higher highs or maintain that floor, and you can let sellers keep pushing it down, knowing that you have, infinite liquidity at the floor and eventually exhaust them and squeeze them out. Um, However, in this instance, yes, price keeps getting battered down, and I'm even noticing that on IWM. There's not a clean. We're not getting clean upside, only clean reversals that fill up those loose ends. Then you get a bounce, empty space, fill, and then it chops and builds. So it's yeah, something that. Hold on one second. One thing I can tell you right now is there it appears to be right this channel that we've been traveling. I believe part of the channel we've been traveling in. Well, let me come back up here. Yeah, there we go. Good look. So let's just make a definitive statement here. All reversals and all continuation to the upside likely happen above 586. The levels that stand in between you and that, right, is 584 and of course 585. And both of those are being controlled and contained. And price has been rejected and pushed back underneath that floor in effort to obviously drive price lower. By breaking the 50% mark of the range underneath us, we could definitely see a possibility of new lows. Just not sure they're going to give it to you that easy. So Make sure your entries are placed solidly. One second. I could see a drop on IWM here if you can hold below 2,500 or yeah, I see coin right now, man. That coin gap, it just got filled, bro. No, it didn't actually. Sorry, there is 182.85. I'm too nervous to take anything up. I'm not taking anything up. I tried Tesla, but I'm not liking this is weak, you know, and unless we can keep doing this, right? So the trick to go up would literally be you keep popping up and keep getting driven back down, but you don't lose anything. And eventually, yes, you're going to wear out buyers or sellers and price will move back up. So, but individual equities are the ones that are moving, you know, for the most part right now. Is there time to short Jamia yet? Is sitting on the damn, that thing is fucking like pond water. Jesus Christ. Not quite. Toasted bubble flames will be tasting quite right. Yeah, for those of you guys looking for the bigger move, IWM needs to lose 245. It's just that simple. So let it build. Let it, if it's going to go up, it needs to build. Look at how much volume is above it. We would need some sort of create, and part of me does feel that there is some sort of variable that we're waiting on right now that could send us higher. I mean, that both sides, but there's empty space below and there's empty space above. But the empty space above is a lot harder to get to. That's for damn sure. Is it the TISM part of you? It's usually this. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's got to be. I mean, my mom was basically mainlining Tylenol with me. But uh, yeah, when I see this sort of compression, you know, you get the big pop up, big pop down, and then you just are every move is constricted. It's like that sort of price action is you can only really influence fluidity or good volatility via catalyst. And when you have kind of like a good setup, I guess if you will, like tension above, tension below, you got empty space. This is when a lot of times they'll insert that. And I'm not, you know, again, it's also probable. Let me see here. A sudden surge in oil and S&P futures and trades over the 2 minutes Monday occurred just before Trump announced he was delaying strikes on Iran. The early trading spike had no previous news trigger and foreshadowed the sharp market moves after Trump's post. Similar patterns have occurred ahead of other Trump announcements, raising questions of possible insider activity. Well, that's not really a fucking surprise, is it? Watch 2506 on IWM here, or RTY. Yeah, also this is super fishy. like that right there. Now, price can get to moving here shortly, and we actually are nearing a pre-market cost basis at 427, which would allow for price to, and this is actually empty, right? All up in here. So, and that's one of the things that I'm seeing, like, yeah, news would shoot us up into those empty space gaps. Dubai got paid. Are you gonna yank this down yet? What are you doing? That's three. 1, 2, 3. 2 minute. 1, 2, 3. It's 1040. No new highs, no new lows. Yeah, if you're trying to short or long anything on the ETFs right now, you're about to get cooked. Well, not I'm speaking right now. Yeah, we're tightly in range right now. MU, what do you better do, girl? What do you better do, shouty? Oh my god. Major 24-hour punch down possibly occurring here with a rejection off the top gap fill. Juicy. Damn, dude, coin is still fucking going. What about Mara? Are they dumping too? Not nearly as bad as coin is. Tesla box. I get it. No, coin is fucking having a full on meltdown. But I mean, that's kind of what we saw underneath us. I am. The fuck is this Indian music? What's wrong with Indian music, dude? Hmm? I'm this reversal, all that for again a drop of blood. all that. Yeah, but that's good for us, though. That's good for us, Zebo. Right? Right, puppy. Watch a 3783 retest. Nice. If I can slap the shit out of this trade. Come on, give me the dumpy right here. I can't pull the screen over, but this is what I got right now on IWM or RTY. Beautiful top entry after it got sucked back in. Love that. Good continuation here. Lot to work through, though. I just took that, yeah. I think I might trim one, though. Cost base is coming in right now on the 1 minute. It's all right. It either works or it doesn't. Another world in a universe. Damn. Ugh. Right up here. 250, 248. Did we just get news? There it is. I knew it, dude. That's got to be the fucking news. Yep, Tesla, new high there.
You want me to post my referral link?
I know. What is the news? Nope, that's not new. I don't got anything. Something just came out.
Bro, I'm so fucking heated. I accidentally placed a buy and sell order on TradeStation. I don't even know how I did it. It sold at something really low on my IW on 250.
Are you serious, dude? Trump to Truth Social? I'm telling you, dude, I could feel it. I could fucking feel it in my plums. I need to see what that was, though. I don't see anything. Truth. I don't have True Socials, or what's the fucking deal on that? I'm not in IWM calls, no. Options right now just don't seem like a great idea going into this volume above until we get. Well, actually, it's this trigger right now that we just wicked off of that could lead to open continuation to 249 and potentially 250. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for here. I am locked in right now. So Trump and Modi discussed the Strait of Hormuz as India faces gas shortages. Nice. And remember, we did this because Iran was a massive threat to everybody in America every single day. So had to be done, you know, just had to do it. Yeah. Everything is getting pulled back in. Pakistani to host talks for a settlement of conflict. We did it because we were owned by Israel. Yeah, I'm well aware. Trust me, I know this. Preaching to the choir. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pakistani welcomes and fully supports ongoing efforts to pursue dialogue to end the war in the Middle East in the interest of peace and stability in the region beyond. Okay, so that might be market fueling. Dude, I could fucking feel it. Oh my god, dude, I could feel it. I need a catalyst to move through this volume. Bingo. I am looking at you. What you want? Okay. Yeah, Peter. See if the market actually continues off of that. You're trying to build down here on a lower time frame. 1 minute box or structure. It's actually on the 30-second right here. And that's going to determine, even though it may seem insignificant, it will determine the continuation. There you go. Ooh, not there. Yeah. Yeah, that was the news. Yep. You just got sucked back in, pulled back under. Oh, they are not fucking playing around right now, guys. They gave you a momentary retest here. Pull back, structure, tap. Now you're going back after your floor. What are we doing on the cues here, folks? I hope you guys are staying safe here. Options are in a dangerous area. That pullback reversal, dude, every single fucking time.
Um, Potter, Tesla's filling up the empty space.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching this on my screen. It's trying to fill up its lower time frame empty space right now. Sorry. I got so much going on right now, guys. Tesla, yeah. I still like the 389.75 here. Nice job, baby Joker. Yeah, we're still grinding up.
Hey Potter, I did have a question.
Yeah, what's going on?
So on Tesla, we saw that there was a close above our 385.94. But but I sometimes get confused on like what time frame am I looking at this close for?
So if it's on the 15-minute, right, and it's overhead 387.35,
Right.
5 minute, and that level stays the exact same way, then that's the candle close that you can accept as being confirmation. Now it doesn't give that higher time frame confirmation, but it does give you lower time frame confirmation, which is enough to be able to set a stop loss off of something that's, you know, underneath you or that you're breaking, you know, currently. So yeah, I think looking at you know, Tesla, if you're looking to take this one or see continuation on it, it would be a candle close above 387 on shit. The 2 minute would also be acceptable. If that level translates from the hourly to the 5, which typically doesn't always happen, then you can use lower time frame candles for confirmation. Confirmation. As long as it leads into an area that lacks resistance. Whew, shit.
Okay. Because I find myself having trouble on figuring out when to enter a trade. Um, yeah, okay, for sure. Thank you.
You want a breaky? Huh? Hold on a second. What, babe? Huh? Ow. Look at this build, guys. Look at this fucking insane build. All that for nothing. And you know what's kind of wild about this is all of it, and you haven't even gotten close to 249.75, but predict the news. That was just based off the price action. But the funny thing is while we did get that news, you didn't even get continuation off of it. So you're practicing your strategy, so playing smaller cap stocks to point A and point B. There you go. Yeah, what are you guys watching on TikTok? And anybody watch anything on Discord or YouTube? I'm just watching these ETFs right now. Got a little bit of money out of the swing to the downside, but pretty short-lived. And definitely not what I was, and I mean, cost of the contracts was a little bit much, so.
But I was looking at MB down, but couldn't break 48.07.
Sounded kind of unsure once you finish that sentence.
Yeah.
Did you change your mind?
That I have on the 4 hour waiting priced goes under that. Take it down.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not for you. It's just a beautiful comment. Beautiful. Yeah, if you range like this, but range leads to volume or tension, and tension leads to breakage. So, all right. So first things first is you can obviously see that 5082 is where you bounce. Period. Point blank. Right. Uh, Not exactly sure where the fuck that level came from on the 24-hour though. So you got a big red candle there. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so the candle close, candle open, bounce, same level. You happen to also fall pretty quickly. And on the 30-minute, it appears that we have a range. 15-minute, typically that'll turn into something a little bit more structurally sound, but that is not true here. So 5-minute, and there we go. Box there. You've punched down. Okay, so that kind of makes some sense. Dude, honestly, with the empty space back up above, if you you do have two great rejections here, so it's moving wonderful. But it's going to be 51 that gets this going back down. So you have a clear idea, and then to be honest with you, this is just always a preference. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but I always love when the retest happens, and it could happen right off of this, but and then you punch down through that box, but you do got empty space. So what was the news? Pakistan's going to be hosting peace talks.
The way that's like international, then really everything up when it comes to like truly stocks and at least from the past. And really looking for news related to them being part of the mediation group.
Okay.
All these other countries, I think, that is important for to open the strait so that they start getting the oil.
Yeah.
It's usually Oman that really.
I think it's fucking funny that. No, you know what? I wonder if Qatar or if the Saudi prince is wanting us to keep fighting Iran. I don't know. They don't seem like, I don't know, that could be like one of those backstabbing things where it's like, we know you're going to get your ass beat. It's like sending your friend into a fight. Not that we would get our ass beat, but it would cost us a fuck ton of money, and it would just destabilize so many things, shut down, global trade routes. Like, so I don't know. Okay, heading to fix a backhoe. All right. Are you doing that in a construction field or a strip club? I'm just kidding. I'm just sorry. That was a bad joke. But I don't know. What would be the best way to fight an enemy that you still need their money? Just fight Iran more. Nah, dude, you need to get after that shit. And then I also thought, what's the heritage of that king of the Saudi prince? I'm just kidding.
Circle will cook today.
You said who?
Circle.
Oh, goddamn. That thing's a good mover. I might have to add that one to the watch list. It's still a new stock, too.
Yeah. I saw it this morning. Like shit.
It's a fresh baby. Yeah, so it looks like you really shit the bed on trying to hold onto that floor, and then today really shut that thing down. Yo, eyes down on Tesla. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, what am I doing? Tesla. Look. Yeah. I wonder if they're having a hard time stabilizing prices at these highs, right? Convincing people to buy right now. Man, that's bright. Yeah. IWM keeps moving up. And I wonder if it needs to go and tap that 249.22, which what is that from yesterday? That's 310. Just be patient right now, especially those of you guys in options. All right, just breathe. If you're holding something from this morning, awesome. Obviously, you're looking for that potential 249.23. That's actually fucking so weird. You just forgot everything you knew. Ow. Oh, good stuff. Oh, seriously, Laura? Tesla's moving down here. AMD's moving up. Little move up here. I'm just scrolling around, guys, looking to see what's going on. Celsius fucking deflating. Damn, the music's so fucking loud. SPY is not my favorite thing to trade, man. I don't. It's heavily weighted, and I'm not saying it's bad, but it is one of the most heavily traded ETFs out there. including the Qs. I mean, I'm not stupid, but um, yeah, they I just don't really love how it trades, you know. So Celsius is a buy the dip bro stock, a dip bro stock. I could agree on this one being a potential buy the dip strategically, of course, but this is a lot of empty space, and we know that Celsius does do empty space. We got the pallet. Yeah, it's just heavily weighted, man. So, all right, IWM new high here, dude. Microsoft are to rent Texas data center dropped by Oracle and OpenAI. Yo, Microsoft is announcing artificial intelligence for nuclear collaboration with NVIDIA. We're asking U.S. administration to protect Qatar assets. Iranian source acknowledges U.S. outrage as war rages on. That Iran is willing to listen to sustainable proposals to end the war. There's malnourishment. Iran is ready to provide all the necessary guarantees that it will never develop nuclear weapons, but is entitled to peaceful use of nuclear technology. The source insisted that any proposal must include ending all sanctions imposed on Iran. We're gonna have to drop all fucking. I don't know if Trump's gonna go for that one. Nice pump right there. When did I get my ears blinged? I've had these, my boy. I'm just not a. I just thought they looked good today, man. Just, I have no idea. And they won't want revenge on us. Yeah. Yeah. Cool nerd. I'll check it out. I have to go through my DMs at lunch, man. They are pushing and pushing and pushing this shit back up. I am, yes. More gifts. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Is that dude still sleeping? What are you talking about? Nice. IWM. Damn. Sick rips. Yeah, dude. Trim those out if you have any IWM. Yeah, it's moving. Tesla's up against a big resistance, man. FYI, I want to show everybody on IWM. If you are in IWM, the one level that I cannot speak about, and I actually might take a little rejection trade off of, is this 250. If we even get there. This bounce this morning, I'm just trying to look back right now. Hourly floor. So let's look at it this way, right? Price bounces, pulls itself off that floor, and then we're also, acknowledging, I think, that this is that range. So, over that median price, we could squeeze sellers. Still not seeing anything super crispy, but the news is all over the place. Once we get full confirmation, the war is over. Who the fuck posts shit like that? I'm about to go troll the shit out of the guy. The war is over. We need a Bane. Oh yeah. That looks good, John. That does have good empty space up to 55, 54.90. Apparently the latest $200 billion war was enough. I wonder if this will be one of the most unpopular wars in American history. Here we go. Nice. Mm-hmm. Did I say 30-minute? No, I mean right now. Hold on one second. Um, yeah, so let's see. Floor is right there. You have 30-minute floor. So I would say right now it's between I would like to see a build here. And that would secure a candle close and look good. That would look good for a swing. So yeah, you're welcome, man. Thank you guys for tapping your screen. I appreciate you. Nice. Fucking nuts. Yeah, cool nerd. I agree. I'm trading a little 30-second setup right now. All right. And still nothing. I'm gonna have to stop out of this one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in a. Again, I'm just testing theories out right now. I'm in this little empty space pocket out right here. Stop loss on the floor. I had 3 and it's gone. That's the cool thing though about this thing is it damn right off the floor. Is the stop losses are and I got to be more careful I think about setting my stop losses. This is why I'm doing it on here. I got to be more careful about setting my stop losses on the actual level rather than just a hair underneath them. I think like right there would be a better stop loss. Do you play and leaps on my strategy? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was the trade. Oops. You said CTA. It's going to be an interesting area. What do I think of this for an earnings? Is this what you're looking at? CTA S? Okay, Centos. Crappy move, crappy move, crappy move, decent move-ish. That was decent. Crappy. Okay. 182. With that being said, does this have an incredible setup? On the weekly, you are below the floor going into earnings, so that could sponsor perhaps a move to the downside. But I'm going to give you 175 and 170 as targets to the downside. We're getting into lunchtime, so I suspect we're going to slow it down. All right. Probably going to take a break here. Let the market sit in this range. Yeah, 4-hour candles are coming. Walmart's moving really well. I don't know if I can call for a punchback. That doesn't really feel like a box to me. Um, so that's going to be one. And then, dude, I would just keep this stupid simple, right? You've got 2 boxes on the 4-hour that need to be broken. And you have a perfect 124.90 target. IWM is one of the best ETFs, and for newer traders, it allows for you to experiment on with low risk target based contracts when the time is right. You can't do it all the time, but what we do in IWM. So, Spartan, remember though, we need those equal points of contact, and off the top, there's only one. Welcome back. Yeah, zooted. Yeah, I'm waiting for this trade to finish out. Then, yeah, I mean, Walmart's just easier, I think, here, you know. All right, if you're on TikTok or YouTube, we'll see you guys at 2:30. You're welcome to join the Discord. On my website, there's a bunch of discounts on fucking everything. Workshops 35% off, and yearlies off too. So, but otherwise, I'll see you guys this afternoon. See ya. Thank you guys for tapping your screen so much. I appreciate you.